Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your boy, Sabo. Get ready for a very, very spicy deck profile featuring OPO6 and ST13. Coming at you guys with Revolutionary Army today, which is much different than my previous build. Let alone, I've already changed my first iteration of Sabo to something completely different, so a new update on that will be coming sometime in the future here. I don't want to spam you guys with Sabo content as much as I spam you with Yamato content, but it is what it is. In any case, after this video goes live, you guys will get another poll to see what deck comes next here on the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into this list real quick. We are running with 12 2K counters, be it 4 Koala, 4 Hiyori, and then 4 Beji. I am sorry, I feel like these cards are just staple in every single iteration of Sabo. These are searchable with Bello Betty. If you're running the Garp package, you know, like doing this guy, you can swap these out for the Luffy variations that are searchable with Garp, such as, where's the Luffy at? This Luffy, if you choose to. But I do think 12 is kind of like that good number. It's normally for me 10 to 12 at the most. In any case, we've opted to make sure we keep Kikinojo. This is one of your staple variants or staple cards you need in every variation of Sabo, every yellow deck as well. This is very, very strong into decks like Gecko Moria, Perona, black decks essentially. It's very good for what it does. And then on top of that, with the Hiyori, a staple 2K counter. I apologize, she has went up in value, so I mean every yellow deck is going to be running this until at least OPO7 when you have a little bit of other options. But for now, she's going to be staple. She enables this deck and many others to do so many different things. Be it you can put a Kikinojo on top of your life, a Beji, you know, Nekomamushi's. You can go ahead and put your ace up there to activate the, you know, the baby ace's ability. You can drop this in a bottom life when you're getting close down to, you know, to 0. She can do so many things for you. But in any case, we've opted to keep a small Revolutionary Army package that does do the build quite well. Even though we're not running with a ridiculous amount of Revolutionary Army, we have the key ones in here that allow you to do the things you need to do to get it done, such as Morley and Lindbergh. Lindbergh is going to be a very, very important piece of the puzzle here from Revolutionary Army, considering you guys will be going up against a lot of like small body blockers, such as like Rosinante, for example. And I know a lot of people are tired of seeing this card, especially when it comes to green decks, because he's in every single green deck in the game right now. You know, Lindbergh at least allows you to pop these for free, essentially, when he's up to 7K, which isn't hard to do with this deck. So that you have that going for you. He's able to pop other searchers as well, such as like Momo and like the Nami, the Bonnie, all that sort of stuff. But not Nami, Baby 5, my bad. In any case, he's a very important piece of the puzzle here. He does very, very well with this deck. The other two cards we've added in are going to be Shiraya. This is a very strong card, depending on the matchup. I know it's weird, this spot for me has been a flex spot, and I've tinkered around with ratios, like dropping down the Nekomamushi to 2, taking this out entirely, adding in like Sanji's and all that sort of thing. I do think this card warrants a spot in this iteration of Sabo and many others. He does well into decks such as Black Yellow Luffy and Katakuri. So just keep that in mind. Those decks are going to be everywhere. If you do have these guys already, give them a shot. Let me know what you think about them inside your Sabo lists. And then we keep the staples with the 4 Bello Betty searchers. This allows you to pull out your 2Ks, your Karasus, and your Ivans here. Ivan, essentially, we're only running 2. He's not necessarily too important. The mainstay that I really want to see here is Karasu. But he does fight for a slot for Kikinojo. Both these cards are really, really good. And I am tempted just to max him out and go down something else here in this deck, such as 1 Lindbergh. But Lindbergh also is a trigger, so it has its give and takes, right? But to be able to bounce Karasu back and forth to life constantly is very, very strong, especially when you're trying to remove certain pieces on the board. But in any case, this man allows you to minus 1000 power to a leader and or a character for the whole turn, which is really good. And then on attack, he can do it again consistently. So he is one of those cards that as soon as it hits the board, your opponent is going to try to want to remove it. So do keep that in mind. And then, of course, we are going to be running 3 Nekomamushis. I am probably going to cut this in the future version of this deck, depending on how I want to do it. But he does do really, really well when you pair this up with Momonosuke and Katakuri. This version specifically is just running Katakuri here. I have tried this out with Momonosuke and Katakuri in the same deck. It does really, really well. You have a lot of healing and all that sort of thing. But right now we're just playtesting with this guy. Like I said, between him and Shiraya, I personally may cut out, but each their own. And then we are keeping with Little Ace and then the Adult Ace as well. I kind of like go back and forth between these guys, and typically it's like I swap this out for Luffy variations. The Rush Luffy. That way I have a little bit more pushing power when it comes to dealing with Black Yellow Luffy. And I know that's a problem because we have to get around their Sabos, and Luffy allows you to do that. Ace is just that a little bit of pressure. Gives you that 9k swing if you attach to Dawn and all that sort of thing. But in any case, this is the Revolutionary Army build I've been tinkering around with. We're going to give it a shot, and then I'm going to show you guys some adjustments that I've made to it thus far. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into a bunch of games today, coming at you guys with a Revolutionary Army package of Sabo, in which we're going to play a bunch of games. You know, I don't know how long it's going to be. This might be even a longer video than normal, which is unfortunate, but I want to show you guys multiple different adaptations to these builds, or to the Revo package with Sabo. One of my previous iterations included Momonosuke and stuff, which will probably get cut as well. I've already changed that build around and all that sort of thing, so stay tuned for a future update to that one as well. But in any case, we will be doing a poll here soon on the channel. Right after this video goes live, there'll be another poll, and then you guys can decide what deck you guys want to come up with next. I'm debating on doing either Odin for EBO1, EBO1 iteration of New Yamato, Crocodile from EBO1, and the other one, I probably won't spoil that one just yet. But in any case, let's dive into these games here and see what we can do. Unfortunately though, for him at least, we actually got down the Kikinojo here in the early game. We were able to find her off, you know, my opening hands, which is really bad for most black decks. So, I can't say the same thing going forward. I just probably got lucky here. Because I feel like in most of my Moria matches, I just rarely ever see Kikinojo when I need her, which is like in my opening hand, you know. But it is what it is. We could actually get down another one here too, or play down Ivan for the following turn. That way we can get Karasu on board for free. This might be risky, but let's just give it a shot. Let's go 6k to face. Sure, yep. Now this way, if he decides to attack me, we get Kikinojo on board, which is awesome. He might not attack, which is okay, because in hindsight, we're just going to play down Karasu here to get the minus effect. Chaka is so good, man. Such a good card. I've been debating on experimenting with this in a bunch of these decks here, so we'll see. 9k, really? All right, no problem. You got it. Okay. Another Karasu, not what we actually need here. We do have 8 Dons, so we can play a lot of bodies here on board. But I still need to have enough power for Ivan with Dawn left over. So let's get down Karasu for free. I guess we just go leader, right? We can bounce the Ivan back after we swing with it to give the Kikinojo the extra 2k power. Something that we could do. Or we can attach Dawn here and drop an Ace on board. I think that's probably the better play, right? But let's see what we can do. Because if I play Ace and he just pops it, it's just going to feel bad. Sure. The Sabo effect is so good, man. Attached on here. Let's go 6. Nice. I guess we have to bounce it, right? Give it the boost. 4 Dawn left to play with. We pop the Borsellino now. Cool. Having to deal with 2 of these though, I don't know, man. Because that's 2 opportunities for me to just keep constantly healing up with Kikinojo. And they are going to be a 6 to 7k body each and every turn. when I attach Don to them, which is really good. Now remember though, this version does not play with Luffy. We run Ace here instead, and then we go with Morley. So, I am opted to just get rid of Ace entirely and just go with the Luffy route. I feel like that's a little bit more consistent. But, you know, playtesting. Here and there, that's what we're here for. I do like the fact, though, he is running Nami and Chaka. I think that is really, really good. You attach one Dawn from Rested with Nami on a Chaka, then Chaka attaches 2 Rested on Leader, which is so strong. Alright. Shiraya is another thing I have to deal with. 8k here. Potentially we could counter out, but we'd have to get rid of probably both Nekomamushis here. Definitely not getting rid of Karasu, because that doesn't make sense. Oof. Yep. We need the Karasu to get boosted off for the Ivan. That'll give us, make the leader potentially like 3k if we wanted to do it that way. 10 Don to play with. We have to put 1 on Sabo and 2 on Ivan at the very least. So, let's get your boy down. Let's do the thing here. This poor guy, man. Yep. 7-3. I guess he could decide to block out with Shiraya. I don't really think it matters much here in this scenario because he still has 2 more attacks he has to deal with. Now, oh man. Oh well. That's fine, I guess. Unfortunately, like, I probably could have went for game. I just don't know what's in his hand. I was debating on just playing Ace down and going for it. If I side attack this one, he has to activate his ability to make it -1, right? And then I have to attack into it again. Yep. It doesn't really hurt me too much. We could just play down Morley here as well. Let's go pop this. Nice. And then Morley should be able to get through these unblockables here. Unless he has a way to remove it. Because we get 2 triggers off life here. And I know he doesn't want to attack into me, but he has to. Or clear board. Or play another Shiraya down. That's something he could do. Chaka is so good. I wish he got like more recognition in other decks, but he is really good. 3 blockers out. Remember, no rush Luffy, boys. But again, there's no way he's going to attack leader here, right? There's just no shot. He's got to clear bodies. I guess 7 would be the safest number for Karasu here. Sabo swings for 7 as well. Card's pretty good. Yep, you got it. Yep. Can't clear that either. Or sorry, can't guard that either. Let's go 9k to leader. You can't guard here, which is nice. Just 1 free damage in. Get yourself a rad beam, that's fine. Unfortunately though, these attacks right here won't get through, which does suck. But we can at least kick the Morley back to top of life and have something to finish him off next game with, which is nice. Or we could potentially just play down Ace and let it stay here. I just don't think that would be the correct play. I think we have to go for face here. He's going to block anyway, so. Yep. And no matter what he does, he can't endgame this turn. We take this. Discard that for free. Oh well, game one. I kind of felt a little bad there, but there wasn't really much that Sabo could do in that scenario. Like, he has to attack me to win game, but if he attacks me, then we just get 3 bodies on board. He only has 3 blockers up, so one of my attacks is bound to get through. This is another deck I'm starting to see, like, everywhere. Like, even at locals, people are wanting to play Kaido. It's kind of crazy to me. I guess they're very excited for EB and then OPO6 for King and Pudding, I guess, because they're purple as well. So, new Black Maria card is going to be really, really good. I can't wait. But in any case, this should be a tough game, to be fair. If your boy can get down a lot of blockers here, considering the fact that, again, we don't run Luffy in this iteration, this could be tough. When I say blockers, I'm thinking like the Kid and Queen blocker. So, that's generally all they run, right? I think so. But the cool thing about this is a lot of my units just get to stick on board for free. Unless he has, you know, a couple kings to pop certain ones. But other than that, we should be chilling. Or unless he runs, I guess, Pauly in this deck, but I doubt it. Alright, so he's just about to be at 10 Dawn already. Yeah, next turn is at 10 Dawn. We are only on turn 4. It's kind of scary. So we're at 7 Dawn here. We do have a Shiraya. At the very least. I just don't know if he's going to get a lot of value in this matchup. I think Kikinojo is probably the one I want to have on board here. At the very least. And we have to do a damage here. So. We can just do this way. Swing in with Karasu minus the 1 and then kick Karasu back to top of life. One of these hits are, you know, bound to do at least 1 damage here. That way she can trigger off life, if need be, for the following turn. You ain't gonna guard it, just take it, thank you. Alright. Let's push this back on top, give her another 2k. 3k counter is wild this early, though. That's crazy. Alright, so your boy's at 10 Dawn already on turn 4. But he does have 2 life left, and I think we're chilling. Got a couple 0-cost events in hand as well. 1 blocker and Katakuri for the following turn if need be. So potentially we could just swing in. Oh, never mind. Oh wow, he actually decided to pop me. Cool. 5 life. I'll take it. I don't think we care about this. But actually, no, we can guard the first hit and just take the second with Kaido. Because there's no way we're getting out of that anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and take this hit. Ooh, we get him early. That's what's up. Get rid of one of those. So now his blockers are going to be irrelevant if he decides to start, you know, stacking the field. Actually, let's not do that. Let's big brain real quick. Attach it on to myself. We'll swing in for 5. And then we can play Katakuri down. Yep, that's 1 queen. Bounce this to life here. Do the Sabo thing. And put Katakuri to top if we need to. Nice. He runs Law as well. Let's put this back on top of life. I know it seems silly, but considering how fast this man gets up in Dawn, I don't know if he's going to drop a Kaido on the following turn or not. It's not the Kaido I was talking about, but the 10 drop Kaido at some point. Obviously not now, but on the next turn he has opportunity to do it. Okay, I'll take that. I mean, that's totally okay with me. Sure. Let's get down another Morley. What do you do here, man? This is so awesome sometimes. This poor guy. Get another Karasu. And a Veggie. Okay. So we do the thing again. -1. We can bounce Morley back on top of life if we need to. We can put Karasu back up there instead. We have an opportunity to actually get a blocker here. This is the thing about Shiraya, though. I feel like most of the time, I don't get an opportunity to just use him. You know what I mean? Only in particular matchups. Because I want to put my Dawn like to other units or spend my Dawn on other things. But maybe he'll come in handy here. I'm not sure. Just kick that back to top. Boost up Karasu. You know, I actually should have boosted up Shiraya. Not think about it. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Let's see, he's got 5 Dawn to play with here, so potentially a kid or a queen coming down. Unless he can guard out a 15k with Sabo, which I doubt it. And he'll be at a 4k with Karasu effect. Oh, he's just going for it. Okay. Give me another Morley down for free. We can get rid of the baby Luffy here and or the Beji. I guess baby Luffy would make more sense, but just in case, we can draw an ace. I don't know why I kept saying baby Luffy, but yeah. If he's going to be aggressive here, the potential he gets me down to 2 life, and then ace can come through and clean up. So he does have a lot of cards in hand. Man was really over here stalling me out. I thought he would like left and went AFK or something. I hate people do that, especially with like the update to the sim here. It's so hard to find games, and ranked and non-ranked, it doesn't even matter because like for some reason it's really difficult to get this updated. So there's only like a few lobbies available. Like I said, even if you're trying to play the rank ladder on here as well, it's the same ordeal. So matches take so long just to start up. Another Karasu. Ooh, yeah, that's it. GG, buddy. I feel like this is probably one of your easier matchups with Sabo, at least right now in the metagame, because it really just takes Kikinojo here just to run rampant. She doesn't really want to pop it, she doesn't want to rest it, she doesn't want to attack into it, she doesn't want to heal you. Kikinojo just does so much work into a Perona match. Ooh. Really, the 1 of 3 Nekomamushis and we get that on the first trigger, that's crazy. Get a Hiyori here as well, which is pretty good. Our hand is stacked right now. I mean, I guess we could do the thing, right? We could put Ace up there, just get Ace down on board, just get him ready to go. Give our leader up to 7k as well, which could be pretty solid. There's a lot of options we have right now. Or we can just go 6 and then get the Kikinojo down for now. If we attach 2 Dawn to that, I can't develop another body. But if we play this down, we can do something here a little interesting. Put the ace on top of life. We have the baby ace on board. I think we're chilling at this point. Let's do the thing. I know we can't really do all too much. Like, we can get the attack through, perhaps. Nice. We can go 8 again. Wow. Okay. I don't think they were ready for that pressure. That's crazy. What was that? 3 hits right there? Over 7,000 each? That was pretty wild. And we heal another one, so we'll take those. I guess it really just comes down to whether or not we get a trigger, and then we just win the game, because we have to get around the Borsellino at some point, and she has to pop our Nekomamushi, otherwise she's going to be another problem for next turn. She is at 6 Dawn, she doesn't have access to Kid anytime soon, or Doflamingo. This could be a Ryuma or X-Drake turn. Unless she's attacking into it, then dropping Ryuma or X-Drake, there's no other reason to do that right now. But then she doesn't develop anything other than 1 blocker, it's already on board, so I think we're chilling. Sure, you got it. This just means next turn she would possibly lose the Borsellino. Yep, there's Drake. 1 Dawn open. They don't really play with any events here other than the 0 cost, so I think we're safe on that note. So we get another ace, which is not what I wanted to see. This has to hit the board for now. We'll have to do the thing here, unfortunately. There's no way she doesn't have 2K counters. Alright, maybe she didn't. Oh, she did. We had a Perona here. Perona, you got Kid and a Rosinante. She's at, what, 6? I guess next turn is the only turn that she could potentially play down Kid. But I think we were fine. Yeah, it is what it is, man. We'll probably play maybe 1 or 2 more games at most with this list here, and then we're going to dive into another list. So I do hope you guys are ready for that one, in which it's a lot of fun. Both of these lists are very, very good. I just feel like it's hard for me to find a variation that resonates with me. This is why, you know, we do deck testing, we do builds here on the channel, we do all this sort of thing. That way everyone can talk in the comment section, in the community, all that, and give their thoughts and opinions, you know, try things out, you know, each their own. In any case, this is going to be one of your hardest matchups. Wow, this hand sucks, man. Absolutely terrible hand. At least, like, Lindbergh doesn't do anything in this matchup. At least we do have Morley to get around the Sabo blockers, but still. Most of the time, I feel like most Luffy players just take 5 hits anyway, so at least I can get bodies on board. Speaking of Sabo, you're so cool, man. There's an ace, trashed. I guess he either takes my next hit and then drops down like a Machino to take the last life. I see a lot of ace players, not ace, but Luffy players do this. Ooh. Actually, this might be a really quick game. Like a really quick game. I think next turn we can just go, crazy, because we can play down Ivan and get Lindbergh on board as well. Let's boost this back to top of life. Let's give that the power up as well. Let's go 7 to face. I cannot attack with Sabo, unfortunately, so we have to end turn here. 1 life left. Does he have Machino? If he doesn't have Machino here or another blocker, he will lose the game. Assuming he has enough counter in hand to protect from Morley and Sabo, but I doubt it. Because we can go, is that 4, 5, 6, 7? I could potentially just go 8-8, right? Or 8-9. And he needs at least 4k counter for both of them. Okay, so here's the Luffy. Luffy can do the thing, put him at 0 life. We take this hit. Okay. Or maybe he won't do that. Alright. Fair, I guess. The man has no blockers on board here, so good luck. Get down to Lindbergh here. Now we can bump the Ivan back to top of life. Attack with neck. Oh, never mind. I guess just rapid fire, man. That's all we're doing. It is what it is. Red is a pretty aggressive color, I guess. I don't know. I felt like that Luffy could have played it a little bit better. I think he had an opportunity, and he made a misplay, maybe, with the dropping the Luffy on board, not activating the ability. If he activated the ability, he discards the life, draws a card, does the thing with his leader ability. But then again, he doesn't have enough Dawn to do that. He needs 2 Dawn to attach to Luffy in order to do the ability. So, realistically, he probably should have played the Machino down from hands, attached Dawn, did his thing, but it is what it is. Mistakes were made. Now, I will tell you though, I've run into a bunch of aces, and I feel like this deck has some of the most potential outside of Sabo. And I'm very excited for OPO6 and EB when this guy gets some new stuff. He's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys will see an iteration of him on the channel here soon, so stay tuned for that one. And it's funny though, because we still have people playing this guy at locals and on sim here. Like, he is very fun. He just needs a little bit more work right now. Not that he's bad, he just doesn't compete with the other two at that level, you know what I mean? He is a very tough deck to deal with for some decks still. Ooh, this one's running Puddin as well. That's a little scary. Can you guard this one or no? Wow. Alright. Man, it's cooking. I never really know what to expect with these ace lists, though, because they're always different. And I've seen some crazy stuff out here. Some of them actually are playing with Kaido and the Sanji, the 9 cost, which I understand. So, uh-oh. Alright, Sabo kicks back on top. Yep. You don't discard a life for this, do you? You do. Okay. I don't know why he decided to do that. Wow. Okay, we take this hit. Discard 1 Ivan. There's no reason, I guess, to use both of them. Hiyori as well. Katakuri can come in handy next turn. We can probably force this man down to 0 life here. Or at least get more cards out of hands. I think that was a misplay. I probably should have just left the Dawn on leader. That way I could attack with leader there as well. But it's all good. That's really what I should have done. Because now I can't swing. Because if I left the Dawn on Sabo, we all 3 of us could have attacked him at least. So that's my fault. I guess we just push him to the top, give the boost, and swing here. That was my bad, man. That was terrible. Give me more cards. Thank you. Yeah, we could at least got 1 more card out of hand there if I mathed well. But, you know, what are you going to do? Another 7k here. I'm assuming he's got some more baby Luffys. Because I know he just drew 1. Right? That's a small one, isn't it? ST13? Oh, no, it's the big guy. Okay. Fair. Oh, guess he already had it in hand. Alright. Goes back up to 7. So he's hitting me again for 9k. Or 10. Potentially we can save this. It's probably better to do that, so. Sorry, buddy. We gotta do what we gotta do. There's no way you do this without attaching Dawn. Oh, okay. Alright. Goes to lead instead. That's a little weird. And that should be game. Thank you, Kikinojo. Really? Another ace? I won't be able to swing with Sabo if he played on Katakuri here, but we at least can heal 2 life at that point. And maybe sustain ourselves for next turn. Or we can just play down ace and try to go for game. Which might just be greedy. So maybe clearing board is our only option here. He didn't guard out, so that tells me he doesn't have any counter in hand. Perhaps. Let's do the thing, put this back on top of life. I guess we can do Sabo's ability as well and bounce Katakuri. And then give Lindbergh another 2k. Let's go into ace here. Pop the Garp. You gotta give it to me. You know that was pretty good. Katakuri does make this deck pretty spicy sometimes. Yeah, he has no counter in hand. I think we got there, boys. Oh, okay. Unless you top deck that. 7k here. Does he have the babies? Yamato. Interesting. Oh, I can see it. That's pretty good. I like that. Pretty much a dead card otherwise, right? That's pretty good. Take our Katakuri here. He doesn't have a boost this time around, so I think this is probably game. I probably should have thought about how I did this, huh? Yeah. Let's go 6. Just remember, if Garp was his only counter in hand... Oh, he had another one. Excuse me. Go 7. We'll do the thing just to heal a life. Give her the 2k. in case he decides to don up the Garp and just go for face. We have no counter in hand, really. We have 1-2k, but that's not doing a whole lot. I do like the Elthor, though, in the ace. That's pretty good. Just sometimes you have, like, extra Don open up. I guess that's a lot more often than you would something like Sabo and Luffy, so... I feel like this deck is very consistent. Whatever he built here, it's pretty solid. Go another 9. Sure. Yep. I don't think he can play anything else, so he might just have another Elthor with that last Dawn there. Otherwise, I'd imagine he would just stuck it on Sabo to swing for 7, just in case. So he is 7, so I guess we'll just swing in at 7 here. Yep. 1 open, so it has to be an Elthor. Come on, buddy. But we do have an ace just in case. Yeah, there's the Elthor. Well played. Boom. Toughest game of the day. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the end of the deck list for the first couple of games. We're going to be diving into another list here in a split second. I just want to talk about this one real quick before we go ahead and do some changes and all that sort of thing. Now, I've been having a lot of fun playing Sabo. It's very unfortunate that it has to go like back and forth between this and Yamato on which deck I want to play more of. They have, like I said, a ridiculous amount of flexibility, many different variations that can be done. This is just one of many that I've come up with as of late. I do enjoy this deck. I really like the Katakuri into this process. I've had people talk to me about the 7-drop Big Mom, which is really fun to play with as well. For those of you guys that don't know how this works, how the concept works here in this scenario, you drop down a Big Mom and then you kick it back to life with Sabo effect, and then when they hit you, you can just do it again, rinse and repeat. You're either taking a life from them or healing one, which is really cool. The Katakuri, on the other hand, allows you to play Katakuri down, bounce something on top of life, and then kick Katakuri back on top of life as well. That way you gain 2 life, you know what I mean, in that turn, which is pretty solid. Overall, this has done really well for me, and I do like this one. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another iteration in which we're going to do a couple games with as well. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video than normal, unfortunately. In any case, we're going to look at this one here first, and then we're going to look at another list after this one. So we're going to play 1 game, give or take, with this one, and then we're going to play probably 1 game with another iteration. Because this one here, this is the mainstay, but I don't know if I like Inazuma. I feel like Inazuma is more so for like a Bella Betty aspect, because it can give like things boosts for free instead of me having to like incorporate Dawn. But what you may see here that's not like the others is Chaka. This idea was given to me by a good buddy at Locals yesterday, which is really fun to play with. The concept for this is similar to the Nami orientation, which if you attach a Dawn to it, it can give 2 rested Dawn to, you know, your leader and or 2 other cards, or sorry, another card on the board, which is great. So it can give 2 rested Dawn to Ivan. Therefore, Ivan can do his shenanigans to play down a Karasu or play down like, you know, XYZ, right? At the end of the day. This list is really spicy, and it does get off a lot of combos with Chaka, which a lot of people are not ready for. And then if you kick something to the top of your life with Sabo's leader effect, this becomes an 8k body, which is really hard to remove unless you have hard removal or you attack over it. You know what I mean? Now, the other list is this one here. So we ditch the Inazumas for 2 Zoro, right? And then we get rid of the Luffys, essentially the baby Luffys and or baby Aces, for 2 Amarus and 2 zero cost events. Everything else is going to be the same. Now, I like the little ones. I think they're really good. I don't feel they're like the best with a Bella Betty Searcher. I think they're a little bit more consistent with the Garp Searcher. You know what I mean? That's just each their own. So when it comes to like a Revolutionary Army package build, I don't generally like to run the little babies after playtesting thus far. I think it's more suited for GARP. But it doesn't hurt you just to have Luffy's and or Aces in the build whatsoever, considering how it works, right? In any case, these have been the builds I've been playing around with for my Revolutionary Army Sabo packages, so if you have any questions about them, you want to tinker them or what have you, trains different ratios and all that sort of thing, leave it down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. This has been Pawseplays. Remember to smash the like button so we get these videos floating around, and I will catch you guys in the very next one, and or at locals. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later. Probably going to do this one here with the other build. This build is the one that has the, what's it called? The Inazuma. And then we'll look at the other build after this one. So we're only going to do like 2 games here, at the very least. This way you guys are getting like 3 different builds of Revolutionary Army when it comes to Sabo. So, you know, pick and choose, let me know what you guys like, thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. You know, all the usual jazz. But in any case, we're going to try our best. This will be a tough matchup for us, considering Uta can kind of just swarm the board and put a lot of pressure on. She kind of goes wider a lot faster than we do. So, speaking of which, we have to guard out, unfortunately. I got to get her down at least to 3 life before I want to start taking damage here. Let's play your boy down. -1, go 5. This should be at least 1 damage, I assume. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Relax. I feel like some people just rocket science sometimes, man. It's either yes or no. You know what I mean? That simple. We got 8 cards in hand up there. I mean, they already hit me with double Genesis on turn 1, so that's pretty high roll if you ask me. Double backlight. Crazy. But fair. We'll take it. If we were at 7 Dawn, we could do the Luffy thing here, which would be pretty nutty. I could stack it as well. Play Luffy down with the little Luffy. And do it that way. Which might seem a little silly right now. Oh, wow. That sucks. But at least we go up to 7k for this turn. And then we can attach 2 more Dawn and go 9. I'm going to hold back on attacking with Luffy. Guaranteed damage, right? The power of editing when people want to stall out. It's like you take it or you don't take it. Come on now. Alright, so give me the 0 cost event and a chopper here, which is fine. I chose not to attack here with Luffy because I felt like they could just clear it, you know what I mean? Because if I decided to attack into it and they had another backlight in hands, that'd be something I didn't want to, you know, have to deal with. I'm aware it has rush. Thanks, I appreciate it. So we had, what, 6 Dawn left here to play with. Sure. So now we have to figure out how to navigate this board here. Chaka can get some serious value. All I have to do is attach Dawn to him, and then he can do his thing. Give Dawn to leader. Or sorry, give Dawn to Luffy, and then give Dawn to leader. But how do we go about this, though? Because if I swing 7 here, and then I guess I kick the Chaka on top of life, right? Would that be the play? Oh, now the play is obvious. We just kill Luffy, right? That's all we have to do here. 7, 8, 9, 8. Let's do the thing. Nice. Let's kick that on top of life, give this guy a boost. I think I'd rather have Chaka on board at all times versus the Luffy, because I have another one in hand here, so. There's not really much else they can do to it when it's not rested. This is the part where they cook me with, I'm invincible, isn't it? Or I guess I can just go 8-8. Yeah, smart. Good job. Come on, give me one trigger at the very least. I feel like I've been unlucky all game. Just one. Thank you. We're still in business, guys. We're still doing good. It's fine. It's okay. She's got 4 life. We'll get there. Alright. You guys ready for some shenanigans here? Bello Betty needs to get me a 2K at the very least. But, this is probably not the way I want to do this just yet. I guess if we do decide to play it now, we can bounce back the Hiyori with the Katakuri. Let's go 5 into this first. She did counter out. Let's play Katakuri down. Let's bounce the Hiyori to life. Do the Chaka thing. I guess we have to give 2 rested here, and we can give another Dawn over to Chaka. Or we can play down Bello Betty here. This is a given. Thank you. And we should be able to clear this as well. Nice. Now we can bounce the Katakuri and or Chaka at the top of life. She's got no bodies on board. If she decides to attack into the Chaka for a turn, that'd be great, and I think I'd be okay with that. But she'd have to invest a lot of Dawn into it, and then restand with I'm Invincible to attack the Lindbergh. If not, she about to get cooked, because we can play the long game here. Ooh, there's a kid. Unfortunate. Sure? Don't know why you did that, but alright. Now the thing is, with Katakuri in this scenario, we just heal 2 times every single turn we drop a Katakuri, which is ridiculous. Speaking of Katakuri. Remember, I can't do Chaka's effect yet until I, spend Dawn. That way I have rested Dawn. So it's weird sometimes. Like, if I decide to play down Inazuma, or not Inazuma, but sorry, Ivan, and then a Karasu here, we can make the Uta a 4K, and then do a lot of damage that way. But just in case they have I'm Invincible, I kind of got to play it safe and do the thing here. So let's go 5 to face. This way I can play down Katakuri, bounce the Lindbergh to the top of life, and discard the other Kata to play it back down. And then Chaka can do the ability on the rested Dawn. And we're cooking again, boys. We got there. 10K. He's a big guy, man. Chaka was a really good idea for this scenario, like for this build setup. We go 7. Nice. If only I would use that Rush Luffy earlier, right? I wouldn't have got the value if I decided to attack with it at that time, I think. So, I think it was better just to hold it back for a turn. Hey look, another Katakuri. There's the backlight. They decided Chaka was a problem. Which they should have dealt with that a long time ago. That's fair. 5 Dawn left to play with. Which we don't have to deal with Luffy here, so no blockers on board. They do get the Nami thing. And they draw, looks like a baby Uta, so we'll take that. Should I take this? Or should we counter this? I'm just trying to think about the I'm Invincible. You know what I mean? And thankfully, we do have Katakuri still to kind of get us out of that hole. At least away from lethal. Ooh. Oh, never mind. We chilling. The problem with doing it this way, if I decide to play Katakuri and then Koala, I can only pop the Nami and heal 1. essentially, instead of healing 2, because I won't have Dawn to put on Sabo here. But getting rid of this Nami is huge, considering the fact that they're going to keep drawing cards. So let's do it this way instead. Let's attach a Dawn to Sabo here. That way we have a way to get rid of Limburg. We kill the Brook, right? And then we pop the Nami. Let's do it this way. This should be guaranteed. Because I need 2/2Ks from him to make Brook stay alive. Nice. Let's put this back on top of life. We'll give that a boost, I guess. So there goes the chopper. We knew they had that from earlier. Uh-oh. Another 2K counter. I mean, it doesn't really hurt me to let, I guess, us take this hit. Especially considering we can just do the Katakuri or the Inazuma here. Another blocker. Sure. It's okay because we have the Luffy. And they don't have a lot of cards in hand to get themselves out of the situation. So we can give 2 Dawn to Ivan. Make Uta 4. Because we don't really care about the 7K at all. Attach Dawn to Sabo. I think we're chilling. Let's get this boosted. Do the thing. 8 Dawn left to play with. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can't play Luffy and attack with unblockable here. Unless it's super risky. So let's do this first. It's 7-4, so they need, what, 4K counter to get out of here? Or block? So. Alright, so that's 1 down. Okay, 7 left to play with still. 5, 6, 7. Luffy can still hit the board and gain unblockable here. I think we're fine. I think the way I want to do this is... If we play this down, we can bounce the Ivan back to top of life, right? Give Luffy an extra 2K, if need be, or give Lindbergh an extra 2K. And then attach 2 Dawn to Luffy to give him the unblockable. Because there's no way if I attack with Lindbergh here, they don't have cards in hand, but she is a 4K leader instead. I don't know if that would be the play. So let's do it like this. Let's boost this up. Go 7-4 again. There's no way. Oh. Okay. Well. GG? They really just banked that on me not having another Luffy. That's crazy. Inazuma can also get damage in as well. And I can boost up Koala. But I think just playing the Luffy is probably enough just to get out of here. That's 7. This will be 8K to 4. Oh yeah, I forgot. Rush, right? That's how you use Rush, isn't it? You play it down and you attack things? I'm pretty sure. Let me ask though real quick. We're probably getting no response, but yeah. It is what it is. You know you don't got it. You need 5K here, so realistically they need 3 2K counters. Right? Yeah. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will probably be the last game of the day. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a very extra long video, I guess you would say. Give or take about an hour and a half, depending on how long these games are going to be. Gekko Moria games typically kind of drag on for a little bit. This is definitely our worst matchup in the format, I think, right now. Other than, like, Sakazuki, you know? But it be what it be. Now, I will tell you that my hand is completely, not the best, to be fair. I do not see Kikinojo here, which is something that I really, really try to, shuffle out for, mulligan for, what have you. Well, we didn't get such a bad hand, just not the cards I actually wanted to see here. I'd rather see Kikinojo just for the effect that it's a 6k and I get the heal. You know what I mean? And it's an easy card to put back and forth into my life. What are we doing here? So we're popping the Nami, right? There's no shot. So Nami goes bye-bye. And that's another really terrible thing here in this matchup. Nami doesn't get a lot of value, because it normally gets popped immediately, which it is what it is. You can't really do much about it. But that's okay though, because they're popping cards such as Nami versus some of my other units, so it's not too bad. I guess we're going to put Zoro back on top of life here. Otherwise she's just going to get popped and or killed on the following turn for free. So we can go 8 here and 7 with leader. You know what? It was probably better to attack with leader first here, so it's my bad. Can I get this through though? Probably not. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, so put Zoro back to top. We'll pass up turn. 3 cards in hand. Not looking too good, boys. Not looking too good. I guess it's better than getting Peronads, so I'll take that. I feel like playing Yamato into Moria, playing Sabo into Moria, it's a lot in the same, where yellow decks really want to keep their hand, and to get Perona back to back is just terrible. They do have the option to play her, but not enough cards in hand for it to make it sense. First blocker comes down, which Sabo will be a problem. He does have a lot of cards to protect it so far, so we'll see. It's 1 Hogback. What's next? Goodness, man. The choices. Alright, brand new. I haven't seen Great Eruption or Ice Ages hit trash yet, so that's good on his part. We could play down the Hiyori, take the Zoro from life, and then swap that in with a Lindbergh here as well. That gives me something to do here. That way, we can discard the Zoro for the Lindbergh off the trigger. So I feel like if we play down Lindbergh here, he's just going to get rid of it. Do we do a damage, or do we just take a card out of hand here? Let's do the Hiyori thing first, I guess. This seems like the best course of action here. So I don't have anything else other than 2k counters in hand, which is not good. Alright, let's do the Hiyori first. So we're going to take the Zoro, right? Add Zoro to hand, we'll put the Lindbergh on top of life. That way we can drop the Zoro for Lindbergh and still go 7 here with leader. Or we can play Zoro down, just get another 5 in, or 6, sorry. I think it was 6 with leader as well. Potentially 2 cards out of hand here. Alright, so we guard out for Sabo, I assume. Okay, Sabo for Sabo, makes sense. I'm trying to push him down to 1 life as quickly as I can, because we do have the Luffy's, you know? If we can draw into him at a good time. But we gotta get him to 0. 8 Dawn left. He has the potential to Suru and Lucci, popping Zoro and Hiyori in 1 play with Gecko Moria. So let's let this go. Because he is at the 8 Dawn turn. I just gotta assume he has that. Yeah, he does. Okay. I think we should guard this, right? Because we don't want to play Lindbergh into the combo, because he can still kill him as well. Yeah. So we'll force him to do something else. Let's give him the 2K. So there's a Gecko. He won't take Lucci here. Yep. I mean, I guess he could have, but I'd imagine he wouldn't, considering it's only popping Hiyori. So very good play on his part. Five cards left in hand here. Takes the 2K counter from trash. Cool. Now the question is if he has another Gecko Moria to constantly keep recycling this dog, because that'd be very annoying. So we can make this a 4. We can still swing over him. Put Karasu back on top of life. You know, I probably should just attach the 3 Don to Hiyori. Got another attack in here. But I guess Sabo is still alive, right? Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get past Sabo if I wanted to there. So we go 6. Oh yeah, he doesn't need the Gecko Moria. I forgot, he can just recycle that with his leader ability. Oh well. We'll take this one as well. So this one here is going to be Lindbergh, which we can discard the Karasu. The reason why we get rid of the Karasu is because he knows that we have it in hand, you know what I mean, versus the other 2K. Nice. We'll use this as well then. That should swing the game back in our favor. If only, man. If that was a Kikinojo, that'd been awesome. But we do get a Katakuri, so we are able to heal at least twice. Never mind. Rip the board, right? Ice Age and Great Eruption. That feel when this deck lives or dies by Great Eruption is kind of crazy to me. The being able to draw +1 and then just minus something is pretty good. Alright, so we get Fellow Betty. Can she give me a 2K? No, she can find herself and nothing else. That sucks. Alright. We whiff on that. It be what it be. So we can Katakuri, bounce Bellow back to top of life here. Or Hiyori, I guess. Either or. I guess we'd rather have the 2K, right? Go 6 lead. Yep. Bounce Kata. Give that the boost and pass turn. So this is 1... potentially 5 attacks here. I guess if he wants to don up the dog, he can do that as well. So Lucci is for 7, yep. Ooh, that's rough. There she is. Way too late. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run it back here real fast. At least try to. And see what we can do. It was unfortunate, though. I think we played it really, really well. And for what we were able to draw, I think that Greater Eruption on top of the Ice Age there sealed the game for him. If he didn't have the Great Eruption in that turn, I think we were golden. He just had the Ice Age, so we at least got 1 card left on board to get an attack in. So realistically, we would have swung for 7 with Lindbergh, popped the dog. You'd either have the guard or take the hit. We had the Luffy. I think we were chilling at that point, but I'll never know. We'll let this one go. I don't really want to pitch all these cards from hand here. I don't think it's worth it. As much as I want to protect Zoro here, it's probably just not worth it. Because we'd be down to 2 cards already on turn 2, which is crazy. Prone is pretty wild sometimes. Ooh, this hand though. I guess we can just develop the Chaka and leave it be. I'd have to bank either on a trigger or a draw card for Ivan to be relevant here. So we'll go 5 and play Chaka down. He's a little bit harder to remove as well. He needs an Ice Age and then popping me with like Absalon. Or a Great Eruption than an Absalon. So I almost clicked the Veggie. Alright, Chaka, let's do the thing, buddy. He should be able to carry you quite a ways here, to be fair. He's a 6k body that can go up to an 8, so he can't attack over it unless he invests a lot of Dawn, or he has particular cards to pop you. So he will always be able to enable Sabo's ability, other than just Nami in the deck. Which is easily poppable, right? Alright, Bello. Now's your chance. Get me something wild here. Let's get the Ivan on the board. We'll do the thing. All we need here is just a decent card from Revo Army other than myself. Or other than Bello Betty. That'd be great. Oof. The misplays were made. That was meant to go the other direction, but it is what it is. It's meant to play Bello Betty first, then activate Ivan. But it's okay. It happens. What are you gonna do? Get in with 9 here as well. We'll take those. I mean, either way, I guess it does work out. Because if he attacks us, we get the Ivan, and we can do the thing again with Ivan's ability. Which I would assume he wouldn't smack me here, because he knows I got the Lindbergh. So that's going to be another 2 damage that we might be able to get in on him. Nice. Let's get down the Hiyori here. Let's do the thing. Let's put Veggie in life. He might not see that coming, to be fair. Now we got a full board. Everybody can swing here. Hold up. Yeah, everybody can swing. Besides the Bello Betty. I guess we could have swung with that as well, but this will guarantee at least the damage, maybe. Whereas Bello is easily blocked with Porcelino. What do you do here? Okay. I mean, 6-2 right now is not bad, right? It's not bad. Just don't know if we're going to be able to hang, because this deck does run a lot of removal, and we need our bodies on board to be able to put something on life, which is why I think this is one of your worst matchups. I might be looking to play around with, what's that guy's name? The one samurai guy that hangs around Hiyori. Dendro? Is that his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But he came out in Wano, no OPO6, and he's a 5-drop that allows for him not to be popped if he has 2 Dawn attached to him by card effects. So that may be something to play around with. Dendro, there we go. But we'll see. It might make these matches a little bit easier. There's another Great Eruption, another Ice Age. Oof. We've seen this before, haven't we, boys? Sakazuki things and Gecko Moria. 2 Morias already, too. This is going to be rough. So he pops both these bodies. And then I guess he could put damage in. Or are you just going to pass turn again? Yep. Rough. I think it's better just to kill Moria here, probably. I mean, it's either that or give him another card from life, right? At least this way he'll have to play Hog back down to put Moria back in hand if he has another one. That might not have been worth it, though. Pushing that, you know, that 1 life is probably the better play. Just swinging like 6 or 7 with Sabo, then attaching Don to Bello Betty and trying to do damage that way is probably how I should have done it. So that's 2 Great Eruptions she just ripped with Sindri. I'll take that. Another one's at the bottom of the deck due to the Rob Lucci effect. So safe to say we won't see those rest of the game. So I made 2 misplays so far, I think. Oh, he had another one anyway, so maybe it wasn't a misplay here. Maybe. Brings the dog out. Another Borsellino blocker. That wall is looking fat over there, man. Go 6. I don't remember which Gecko Moria was which Gecko Moria. Not gonna lie to you. Was it the far one, I think? That one can attack? I sure hope that was that one. Sweet. I think we might have to play Luffy here. And then we could use the Amaru as well on Bello Betty. So this should force you down to at least 1 life. And then we can kick him back to life and then hopefully do it again. Okay. Give this to Betty. Makes her 4. If we Amaru her, she goes up to 7. Does he have it? Dang. Alright, fair. I mean, we still got 5 life, though. It's still gonna be a tough game. We need 1 trigger here. So, like, a Kikanojo would be very, very useful. I keep saying that, but she keeps dodging me here. A lot of this removal wouldn't really have mattered all too much if we were able to draw her earlier. I guess Bello served the threat there. It's fair. Another blocker. I mean, Luffy can still get in here, so it's not too bad. Okay. So he has the Absalon to pop the Nami here, which I would assume that's what he would do. I guess he'd get rid of La Rob Lucci for the effect. Because both Geckos can attack me this turn. Borsa 2, I guess, but yeah. So we take this one. Okay. It's not so bad. And we cannot counter out of this unless we get rid of our whole hand, so This is another guaranteed damage for him. Nami goes bye-bye. I mean, we drew another one. Not what we need, but... I guess this will push us to a 6, and we can do Luffy again here as well. Right? 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We can do Luffy and Nami here. Then we can have the zero cost event to get rid of the Zoro. Because Zoro will just get bodied by Sabo or Borsalino here. So. $5 down left to play with. We'll do it like this then. That way we can kick him back to life. So Sabo will probably take out one blocker at the very least. And we could potentially play down Zoro here as well and go for 6. I think it's better to just go 8 on Luffy though. So probably eat like Borsalino. Cool. I think this is a good game, guys. Outside of making like 2 misplays, or at least one misplay with the Ivan and the Bella Betty combination there, which I should have done backwards. Outside of that, I think we did all right. Like I said, I think this is going to be our toughest matchup. So we took the last life though. Sure. I think we have to counter this one, unfortunately. 1, 2, and 3. He might not smack with Sabo. I doubt it, but he might not. Yep. 7's the right number. You got it. You can go 9-9, then attach everything on Sabo if you wanted to. Which would be the right play. Or we can beige. Why not? And it's not even the last life. Y'all can't even be mad at me. Can't even. I mean, technically, you've been in Great Eruption to me, buddy. So, I don't know, man. I think it's fair in this situation. Because without Great Eruption, I'd had a board on actually 2 of these big plays here. This game and the last game. I'm cool with the Ice Age, but the minus effect to draw 1 and then pop something, that's crazy sometimes. Yeah, this deck kind of goes down, man. As soon as OPO6 comes out, it's very hard for them to keep up when Great Eruption is gone. We'll do the attach here, and then I think this is GG. Fair and square. Go 6. Just to get some counter out of hand. Yep. And well played. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everyone who decided to make it into the end of the video. This was a very, very long one today. I had a lot of fun doing it. I'm still working around variations with Sabo. This is probably my 2nd favorite leader right now in the game currently to play. Or sorry, third to currently play. Doflamingo, Yamato, Sabo. We'll see how that changes coming into OPO6. I'm very excited for some of the leaders that are coming out, let alone in OPO8 when I finally get my hands back on Marco, because you know I was a Whitebeard fanatic in OPO2. But we'll see how it goes. I do appreciate everybody, all your love and support here on the channel. We've been growing quite quickly. Let alone at the end of the day, we do have another giveaway coming up at 4.5 subscribers, so make sure you guys are stay tuning for that. And if you need information on it, hop in the community tab in the YouTubes. But either way, this has been Pawseplays. Remember to smash the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe for future content when it comes to everything One Piece here on the channel, so we can get these videos floating around. And I will catch you guys in the very next one. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later.